Chatot here, and welcome back to another top 5, guys. Now, as per normal, guys, the poll was up, you guys voted, and it was between two, and it was literally 3 points in it this time. It was between grass, and it was between steel. Now, it's quite ironic we've got all this tinsel and everything off, because tis the season, and like I say, naming it tinsel. So, the steel type won it. So guys, as per normal, like I said, links will be in the description below with previous types if you are missing any. And also, before I even get started, I'm just going to put this over here. This is only my opinion, guys. As per normal, it's going to be judged on, like I say, like how I've seen them in the anime, how I've used them, whether I like the design or not, and just my general, like I say, opinion about it. Also, as per normal, there won't be any evolutions in the list, there won't be any Mega Evolution, sorry, not Mega Evolutions, there will be, won't be any starters, there won't be any legendaries or Ultra Beasts. So, yeah, so without further ado, guys, let's get on with our top 5 steel list. Number 5. Number 5 is a relatively recent Pokemon. It's from Gen 6. And it's a Pokemon I haven't really used, but I appreciate the Pokemon. I like the design, I like the lore behind it in the Pokedex entries. And that is Aegislash. Or Aegislash. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of it. I like it because I love its evolution line from Honedge to Doublade and, like I say, Aegislash itself. I love the design. I love the little Celtic symbols on the actual shield of Aegislash, because that's, I believe they're like Celtic sort of symbols. Also, like I say, with the Pokedex entry with Homedge stealing people's souls if they grab it by the hilt. Or like, and Aegislash entry saying about it can people who have it could show leadership and even be a king, which I like that. I like sort of that it's gone from creepy to something actually really good and glorious. And I just like Aegislash in general. I have seen it briefly in the anime, but not much. And that's why it's kind of lower on the list, because I haven't really used it. But I think it's a cool Pokemon. I have been against it in competitive when I've had the odd Uber against me, and it's Uber for a reason, because of its ability, going from attack to defense and switching stuff. It's broken. Let's just say that it's broken. It's just not good. But yeah, and that's the reason I really like Aegislash, guys. Number 4. Now, number 4 is a bit of an old classic. I mainly like it because I have used it a little bit, and it scares me, so I need to give it a little bit of respect from a Nuzlocke point of view. God, I've got to speak today. And Brock had one of these, I believe. Yes, he did. He had one of these, and this is a Pokemon for Gen 2, and that is Forretress. Sorry, I had to say it like this. Forretress, I like its strange design. I liked it from Gen 2 onwards. I always have done. But the reason I had to also put it on the list is for, like I say, when I said respect reasons, is because it does explode. So it is a Nuzlocke's worst nightmare when you come across a trainer having one, or one in the wild when it's a randomizer, and you do wince, because most of the time it does have it. Pinecone as well. Pinecone, it's a pre-evolution. Can have it as well. So you kind of hold your breath just a little bit when you see this Pokemon. Also, like I said, Brock had one in the anime. It was a really cool dude. It was kind of a chill guy. It was sort of there just to get rid of stuff. Like, it had Rapid Spin, which, again, this going on to now to the competitive side of things. Mainly what I use it for is a Rapid Spinner, but it can be used different ways. It can have Gyro Ball. It can be scary. It can be scary for fairy types if you're not prepared. And I think it's a quite good mon, to be honest. Some people don't like it, but I like it. Not much for the shiny form personally, but that is my own personal preference. But overall, Forretress is a cool guy, and that's why he's at number 4. Number 3. Number 3, again, is mainly here because I use it a lot. I use it a lot, and I can't help but use it a lot. And I originally hated using this thing. I hated using it. I had to use it because I just thought it was mainly there just for good wool, and I've bonded with it now. And that is Pokemon from Gen 5. That is Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn, I didn't originally like. I liked its design. I thought it was a bit of a weird mon, but it's sort of grown on me the amount over time after I've been using it a lot. So it's been growing on me time after time after time after time. So it's a great wall. It's a good wall. I wouldn't say, yeah, no, it's if you've got a fire if you've got a fire move or coming your way, obviously it's quad weak to fire, but there's always something that I like that's quad weak to something, which is really, really unfortunate. But I think it's a good mon anyway. Again, you can put so many different things on here. I mean, most of the time it usually has T-Wave, usually has spikes, Leech Seed. There's so many things you could do with it. You can mix a couple of different moves in there just to spice things up a little bit. But the thing that makes it really good as a wall is because it's more of a physical wall. If it gets physical, sorry, if I'm slurring all my words. If it gets hit by, well, a contact move, because of its iron spikes, it hits with that, causes damage. And then if there's a rocky helmet on the thing as well, that causes more damage, and that just keeps on ensuing and keeps building up. And that is why, and then you got the Leech Seed and you got the Paralyze, and that's why it's good. That's why it's good, because it can just cause damage over time. It can wait things out, which is what you need from a great wall. And that's mainly the reason why it's here. Number 2. Now, it wouldn't be a chatty video or a chatty top 5 video without sneaking an odd hybrid typing with a flying type in here. And this video is no different. This another Gen 2 Pokemon. And it is not only, now some people might have thought this might have been number 1, but unfortunately it hasn't quite got there. And this is Skarmory. Yes, Skarmory is here. Didn't make it in the top 5 flying, but it is here in the top 5 steel types. It is one of my, I consider it more of a steel type than a flying type. It does look like a bird, but I love the fact that its steel wings have been done because of nesting in thorny areas, which, why don't you just nest in other areas rather than do that and then turn yourself into a steel type? But no, Skarmory is great. I've used it so many times in competitive. I've seen it in the anime. It's a really weird Pokemon because it can be really quite aggressive, but it can be quite adorable sometimes as well. It's a bit of a strange mon, to be honest. I mean, it's design-wise, I do like it. There's bits about its design that I don't like, which is why it was never a complete favourite when it first came out in Gen 2. But competitive-wise, it can be so good. Because of Whirlwind, because Roost, Stealth Rock, Brave Bird. It can do some stuff. There's some other moves that people do switch out with Skarmory, but Skarmory is mostly on a lot of people's annoying list. It's not on mine because usually he's on my side, which is why he's so high, and he is up flying high at number 2. Anyway, guys, before we get on to number 1, what's your top 5 favourite steel types? What do you think of the list so far? Like, what's your ultimate favourite steel type? Why don't you comment down below and let me know about your top 5? And like I say, don't forget to subscribe, to like, And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know exactly when the next top 5 is coming out and when the next video is coming out. As well as also don't forget to check out the links in the description below where all the other types are, so you can go and check one of those out if you have missed any of them. Anyway guys, I've chatted on enough and we should go and get and see what is number 1. Number 1. Now for most people will know exactly what number 1 is. Some people will be surprised, some people won't. This Pokemon has been with me since Gen 3. I've loved it. I literally fell in love with this Pokemon the first time I saw it. It was love at first sight. I love this Pokemon so much. I can't even describe how much I love this Pokemon. It's a bit strange. And one of my favourite anime characters from the Pokemon show actually has one of these. So, without further ado, the number 1 is Metagross. Of course it's Metagross. Most people, like I say, would be surprised by this, but most of you who do know me and do chat to me a lot on Amino and things like that will know that Metagross is my favourite steel type. Metagross has been with me, like I said, from Gen 3. I've loved using Metagross. I have absolutely loved it. I love its evolution line. I love Beldum. I love Metang. I love Metagross. I love the whole line. I always thought Beldum was really, really adorable with its little eyes, its little mouth just floating there. it's quite a cool little one. And then Metang with its 2 arms, like looking like beefy as hell, ready to like wreck shop with some punches like bullet punch. And then when it turns into big bulky Metagross, like I actually remember the first time I evolved my Metang, and I didn't know anything about the evolutions because you couldn't really look it up back then in Ruby and Sapphire, and I actually like squeaked a little bit because I was so happy. I thought it was awesome. It just looks so good. It looks mean, but it looks so good at the same time. And then there's Metagross in the anime. Metagross in the anime, I've seen bits of Metagross in the anime and in the movies, and he is a cool dude. He's such a cool dude. Like, when they did the Generations, he did like a fist bump to chest spin. I thought that was kind of cool. Most of the Metagrosses I've seen have been like really chillax. They're not really aggressive. They are like portrayed as being sometimes aggressive, but like even like Steven's Metagross in the anime, that one is just really really good as well. Like I say, really chilled, really loyal and chilled Pokemon. And again, like I said, Steven Stone's got one. Steven Stone is one of my favourite anime characters from Pokemon. And like I said, there's so many other reasons why I love Metagross, and I could talk about Metagross all day. Like I say, I do use one occasionally in competitive. I have used a Mega occasionally, called Crosshairs. Crosshairs is my Metagross, or at least my blue Metagross. I do carry 2 usually. Usually I have, sometimes I call this one Alloy, the shiny. Personally, I prefer my Metagross blue, but the shiny, I have to admit, over time, as you can see from the plush behind me, the shiny form is growing on me. Originally, I didn't like the shiny form that much of Metagross and Mega Metagross, and that's the other thing. It's got a Mega as well, which is insane. The Mega is insane. I've probably mentioned that in the last top 5, the Mega video. It just gets better. It just gets better. I mean, then there's like clear body it gets, which helps with like I say, with status and stuff. And like I say, it's got the priority move, bullet punch. It's got meteor mash. What's not to like? Can I go on? No, we shan't. But anyway, Metagross is number 1, and there's so many other reasons why it's there. Anyway, guys, what was your favourite top 5? Was there something wrong with the list? Do you think there was a Pokemon that should have been on the list? Why don't you comment in the description, in the comment section below? And like I said, don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video and to subscribe and hit the notification bell, just so you know when the next top 5 is coming out. Also, guys, there's other Pokemon content on the channel if you haven't quite itched that Pokemon addiction yet. There's plenty of other top 5s, like I said. There's playthroughs, there's all sorts on there. There's also Minecraft stuff and some random guest games as well if you want to check those out. Anyway, guys, I've chatted on enough as per normal, and I will see you in the next video. But remember, guys, chat on!